Today, we're hitting the road. Well, the Nigerian road to...
This network we're going to be looking at, it spans almost 200,000 kilometers,
Yeah,
and it carries over 95% of Nigeria's freight and passengers.
that's mind-blowing.
It's a lot of pressure on these roads.
I bet. It makes you realize how important maintaining this network is, right?
Okay.
And that's what we're really going to be exploring today. I mean, everyone's always talking about, new roads, new infrastructure.
Yeah.
But what about keeping the ones we have in tip-top shape?
It's often overlooked.
Totally.
It's a bit like, we service our cars regularly, right?
Yeah.
We don't wait for them to completely break down.
Of course not.
It's the same thing with roads. And that proactive approach, that's what we call maintenance.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about filling the occasional pothole here.
Exactly. It's about regular checkups, like making sure the foundation is solid, even anticipating future wear and tear. It's about keeping those engines running.
I like that analogy.
And within this massive network, there's a particular type of road that's, well, really crucial: federal roads.
Okay, federal roads. I've heard the term, but what makes them so special? Are they just bigger?
Well, they can be pretty massive, but it's more about their role. You see, federal roads, they make up less than 20% of the total network. But get this, they handle 70% of the traffic.
Wow, 70%.
That means the nation's economy, its ability to move goods, people efficiently, it all kind of hinges on these roads.
That's a huge responsibility. It makes you wonder, who's in charge of keeping such a vital network in good condition? I mean, it's got to be a massive job, right?
It is a massive job. And, this is where it gets really interesting. While the government definitely plays a big role maintaining these roads, it's actually a shared responsibility.
Shared responsibility? Now you've got my attention. Who else is involved?
We're talking about everybody from everyday road users like you and me
Okay.
to local communities, even businesses that rely on those roads for their, day-to-day operations.
Wow, so it's a real team effort.
It really is.
I'll admit, I never really thought of it that way. It's easy to kind of fall into that trap of like, well, I pay my taxes, the government should handle it.
Right.
But what you're saying is it's more nuanced than that.
It is. It's about understanding the impact our actions have, even seemingly small ones.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Let's say you're driving along and you toss an empty snack bag out the window.
Yeah,
Seems harmless enough, right?
I've definitely been guilty of that in the past, not gonna lie.
We've all probably done it without even really thinking about it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That trash can clogged drains,
Oh, okay.
which leads to water buildup, which eventually damages the road surface.
Huh.
One little action can snowball into a much bigger problem.
So those potholes I curse on my morning commute, those could be the result of a discarded water bottle.
Potentially.
Wow.
Okay. And then there are the bigger issues like overloading trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Those massive trucks you see hauling goods across the country?
Yeah, those things are hard to miss.
Well, many federal roads are designed to handle a maximum weight of 30 tons per truck.
Okay.
But it's not uncommon to see trucks carrying 40, even 50 tons.
Oh, wow.
That kind of weight, it takes a toll on the roads, leading to, you guessed it, more potholes and damage.
So it's not just about, like, building sturdy roads. It's about respecting their limits, using them responsibly.
It's a collective responsibility, from the drivers to the companies loading those trucks,
Yeah.
to make sure we're not putting undue stress on these vital arteries of our nation.
Yeah, I like that, these vital arteries.
And speaking of responsibility, there's a dedicated agency tasked with this huge job of, keeping these roads in check.
Okay. FIRMA, right. They're like the go-to for everything road maintenance in Nigeria. With all the challenges we've talked about, what does the future hold for Nigerian roads? Are we stuck in this, like, never-ending cycle of potholes and traffic jams? Listening to you talk about shared responsibility, it makes me wonder, what can we as individuals actually do differently? I mean, is it really more than just, dodging potholes and hoping for the best?
It might sound, I don't know, cliche maybe, but a little goes a long way, Imagine if everyone, like when they see a pothole, they didn't just think, ugh, another pothole, but instead saw it as a sign, like a signal to, maybe report the issue so it can be fixed before it becomes a major problem.
That makes sense.
And it's not just about potholes, right? It's about respecting load limits, disposing of trash properly, even just little things like reporting a damaged road sign when you see one.
So it's about being, like, proactive.
Yeah.
Shifting our mindset from just passive road users to, like you said, active caretakers.
Exactly. Think about it. Good roads, they benefit everyone. Smoother commutes, faster transportation of goods, which can actually lead to lower prices at the market.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that.
It impacts everything. When we invest in our roads, we're investing in our communities, our future.
That's a really great way to put it. It's not just about the government fixing their roads. It's about all of us working together to maintain something we all rely on.
Now you're getting it. And there's so much room for innovation here. Track road conditions, allowing for more efficient repairs and maintenance.
So we're really talking about a huge shift, then, from a more top-down approach to something way more collaborative, more community-driven.
And that's where the real progress is, when people feel a sense of ownership, when we all see ourselves as stakeholders and like the health of our roads, that's when we start to see real change.
This has been a really eye-opening deep dive, I have to say. It's made me realize that even though Nigeria's road network faces some, serious challenges, there's also a lot of hope here, a lot of potential.
There is. It's a journey we're all on together, every driver, every passenger, every community. And the smoother those roads become, the brighter our future looks.
Absolutely. So, to everyone listening out there navigating those Nigerian roads, just remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together. And who knows, maybe your actions today, those small changes, could spark some amazing solutions for the future. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Until next time.